life, you...
Gotta look at the Bitcoin dominance charts again today. Something interesting is happening. We spoke about it a few days ago, how so far dips in dominance were on average becoming less severe and lasting shorter in duration, right up until this one, which was so far short but very severe. Since then, recovered a little bit, and again another short and severe fall. The effect that this is having on the rest of the market is quite clear when just looking at the simple 7-day graph. Lots of coins all at the same time rallying anywhere between 5 and 8%. All at the same time. Sounds a bit strange, isn't it? A little unexpected, maybe. Investigating this a little further, here is the Ethereum USD charts. All right, we've been in a downward trend since June, right up until about here, September 7th. Let's go back to the dominance. September 7th, what happened? The first big red candle, coinciding exactly. Let's go back to the Ethereum USD. September 14th, start of another about 8% rally so far. September 14th, going back to dominance. September 14th was another big red candle. Does this mean that if you see Bitcoin dominance stall for one day, that you should be buying Ethereum? If you're a day trader, maybe. Not financial advice, by the way. And I personally don't get up to such shenanigans. But there you go. Does this mean alt season might be starting right now? The long-awaited second coming of the... Anyway, is this the cusp of a true trend reversal? Well, another thing I'd like to look into to get further insight would be the total crypto market cap. Flawed. Don't look at the numbers, they're wrong. The charts, however, can give some insight. What's going on? Not a whole lot, to be honest. There is no new money. All of this growth for some of the alts is strictly coming from Bitcoin dominance going down, not new money entering the markets. Unfortunately. Call me spoiled, okay? Fine, I've been called a lot worse. But real alt seasons I've seen occurred with massive growth in total crypto market cap. So while there is definitely opportunity for scalping the market right now where you attempt to profit off of small price changes, I wouldn't describe it as a alt season or true trend reversal for the altcoins, not just yet at least. I want a bigger fish than this.
Yes! Yeah! Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Oh no!
Now, in the news generally, maybe a trend reversal for Bitcoin. Well, Bakkt is only 7 days away until the launch of the Bitcoin futures contracts, and they like reminding us. The hype is real. People are looking at Bitcoin's exploding hash rate. Check out my video yesterday if you'd like more details on that. Thinking Bitcoin's undervalued, seeing whatever triangle or whatever descending channel or whatever is on Bitcoin that you could draw that is almost near completion, seeing the low volumes, so potential huge volatility, and seeing all these things line up to being a great day, the day that this launches, a huge spike up in Bitcoin. And they're getting excited for fireworks come 7 days from now and the launch of this. Now, hey, I like fireworks. I don't know what will happen. I'm pretty jaded from things that are overhyped. Well, I'm not going to say this is overhyped. Things that are hyped, that release and then dump. I'm pretty jaded to seeing that. But I'd certainly like to see some fireworks. Very pretty. In case you're new to the channel, you have no idea what's going on, what is this Bakkt to keep hearing about? Let's break it down. Shut up! Now, the owners of the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange, are getting jealous of all those fees collected by Coinbase, and they've decided they too want in on the market. So they are making their own exchange called Bakkt. The idea being that it's going, well, technically be safer, more regulated than the competition, ideally, therefore, more popular, and ideally bringing in billions and billions of dollars into Bitcoin. The word Bakkt is likely a play on words that this is an actual exchange backed by actual Bitcoin, not cash, settled in real Bitcoin. Of course, I need to give you the opposite of the discussion, not because I want to be a bear, I really don't. Don't even like bears, not anymore. There are, however, many who fear a giant dump on release, and if I'm going to be an ethical news reporter, I should report on that too. I try. I think it's funny to call myself a news reporter, but I do try. Futures markets generally suppress volatility, and by subsequently nature of that drives the price down. One such example. According to leaked government documents obtained by WikiLeaks, the State Department confirms gold futures market was created for price suppression. The US gold futures market was created in December 1974 as a result of collusion between the US government and gold dealers in London to facilitate volatility in gold prices and thereby discourage gold ownership. Now, why would they want to discourage gold ownership? So that they could use precious fiat instead. Yay. We had a futures market open once before in Bitcoin, before which several news sources going around stating Bitcoin needs to kiss the government's ring, claims CME chief Terry Duffy, the man behind the Bitcoin cash-settled futures that launched December 2017. CME Group's Leo whatever will tame Bitcoin. Hedge funds prepare to trade against Bitcoin, 4th of December 2017. Hedge funds are now ready to bet against Bitcoin, December 5th. December 19th, Bitcoin slips as CME futures go live. Now that we have the futures market for Bitcoin, speculators can short the market whenever it gets out of hand. They launched December 17th, 2017 and did not lead to the price of Bitcoin going up. Backed as a futures market can definitely draw some parallels there, I suppose. However, there are some important key differences. It is seen, definitely, by some as just another tool to use to be able to short Bitcoin. However, the market hasn't got half as much out of hand as it did toward the end of 2017. Conditions just aren't the same this time, and it should be much riskier to short Bitcoin on Backed, considering you need to have BTC on the line rather than cash. So how bad can it really be?
Dude, be careful. Fast food can kill you.
How bad can a burger really be? Take the shot! Take the shot! Please! Take the shot!
The irony in this is that just when all of you losers think BTC will dump next week, it's going to fly instead. Those who say BTC will dump are those who have lost all their Bitcoin from selling too early when Bitcoin crashed. Hodlers win. Well, I certainly didn't do that. I'm quite proud of myself for buying the 2018 Bitcoin bottom, or within $50 of it or so. I didn't go all in, but hey, it's something. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Short term, we don't know what's coming. But long term, I'm bullish. Also, in the news today, Hedera Hashgraph, touted as high-speed blockchain alternative, goes live. This is causing a bit of a stir. I've had several people ask me even what I think about Hashgraph. Considered to be vastly superior to Generation 1 and even Generation 2 blockchains, Bitcoin being number 1, Ethereum number 2. Hedera says the network can support up to 10,000 transactions per second, compared to 2.8 for Bitcoin and 15 for Ethereum, the two largest blockchains. Let's assume for a moment that this is true, that it is way faster and even more secure than Bitcoin or Ethereum, wastes less energy, etc., etc. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion, by the way, but here's what I've long thought. Say, for example, an Instagram competitor comes out. It's better, the pictures look a little nicer, it's easier to upload, there's less censorship, etc., etc. Are people going to flock to it? Same thing with YouTube competitors. Same thing with anything, really, where the market already has something. Maybe not quite the same. Maybe even the new thing is technically a little bit better, but they already have it. In my mind, people aren't going to give a damn. The best or most innovative things that people have flocked to have always come from gaps in the market where such a thing did not exist before, not just a slightly better version. There are of course some exceptions to this, MySpace, Facebook, etc., but as a general rule of thumb, this is how I've long felt about it, and especially considering all of 2017, 2018, all those ICOs touting whatever already existed but on the blockchain, not going anywhere, as just where my thoughts first formulated about this. Now, let me be clear. This is not me saying that transaction speeds and fees on Bitcoin are fine. They're not. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is I don't expect people to give a damn. And this is the best example or simplest explanation I can give of why certain coins which are better for transactions like, I don't know, Dash, Nano, etc. are where they're at on CoinMarketCap and not higher. We've already got Bitcoin. You can send it. It might be slow, but you can send it. I don't know if this is good enough, but let me know if you agree with me or not. Curious to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. People had to throw them out in droves because, hey, we're going bust. We have no use of these machines anymore. 2019 comes around. All of a sudden, you can't make enough anymore. I mean, imagine working there. That would be so stressful.